Fantastic.
Good afternoon, everyone. Boa tarde, buenas tardes. Thank you for joining us today for another amazing webinar. And our host today is Henri Rodriguez, the director of Terranova, Costa Rica. Henri, you have a lovely program for us. We're going to focus on the Arenal Volcano area. So the screen is yours.
Thank you, Dominique. Thank you so much for putting together this amazing webinar again. Hello, everybody. Pleasure meeting you. My name is Henry Rodriguez, like Dominique said. I'm the director here at Terranova, and continuing on this series of webinars about Costa Rica and about our company, we are going to focus today on what I dare to say it's the epicenter of the adventure in Costa Rica, and you'll see in a few seconds why. Let me share my screen with you.
And thank you everyone for joining us. I see a few of you are continuing to register. So we're going to be so shortly. We will send you, of course, a recording at the end, and we always keep the question for the end as well.
Okay. Do you all see the beautiful picture that I have in front of me?
Yes, we do.
Fantastic. Okay, well, welcome to Arenal, everybody. Welcome to this amazing destination within our country, within our destination. That one that you see there, it's the mighty Arenal Volcano. Beautiful volcanic building, called, as they called it more scientifically. It's a fantastic volcano that has the characteristic that you can see it from the base of the volcano. Some other volcanoes in the country, you can see them from the top, but in this case, since it is such a tall building, you can see it from the base. You can get close to the base. You cannot climb all the way up to the crater. That's not allowed because it's not safe. This is an active volcano. So we're going to be talking about not only the volcano, but also the region that the volcano is located, some of the properties that we curated for you, and of course, some of the activities that we can have in the country. I mean, in that part of the country. So let me change.
It's me. Okay.
There you go. Okay, so like I said, Arenal, it's actually, we love to call it the adventure capital of Costa Rica, the epicenter of the adventure. This area, because it's the name of Arenal, it's actually the name of the volcano. It's a national park, and the national park also has a man-made lake right next to the volcano. This man-made lake, actually, it's hydroelectrical plant that provides electricity for some parts of the country. The level of the water may be higher or lower depending on the rains that we receive during the year. But like I said, this part of the country, it includes over 150 adventure activities that you can enjoy in this area. You can also do top class rafting, for example, rappelling down the impressive waterfalls that we have in the area. You could do hiking, you can do biking, you can go through the rainforest, doing these beautiful hikes to see a lot of different species of birds and plants and different mammals. You can fly over the treetops because they have quite a few zip lines in the area as well, and of course hanging bridges, which are amazing because you get to see the forest from a complete different point of view, from the top of the trees instead of from the bottom when you do hiking on the trails. Zip lining is fantastic over there, horseback riding, safari trips. So we do quite a few floating safaris on rivers where you could see different species of mostly birds, monkeys, iguanas, and the sloths if we are lucky enough. So there's so much to see in Arenal. Arenal is located here in the heart of the lowlands of the northern part of the country. As you may be aware, Costa Rica has 7 different provinces. Arenal is part of the province of Alajuela. Alajuela is the second province in the country. San Carlos County is the county where the Arenal volcano is located, and San Carlos County is the 10th county of the province and the largest actually of the country. And in that county, we have La Fortuna district, which is the seventh district of that county, and that is where the Arenal volcano is located. Now, how do I get there from other parts of the country? Basically, from San Jose, for example, it takes about 3 hours driving time if you do a local a private transfer, and we can do also a local flight, either scheduled or charter. And there is also, well, in those flights takes approximately 30 minutes, something like that. And we can also do helicopter transfers. So there are a lot of ways to connect from San Jose to Arenal. Sometimes you need to do the overnight in San Jose to go the next day to Arenal. Other times, if the flight of your clients arrive early in the morning or early afternoon, we can even transfer them directly to Arenal without having to stay in San Jose. Some areas that connect pretty well with Arenal are the Pacuare River, for example, in which if we do rafting at the Pacuare and then we get out of the river by rafting, from that point to Arenal, the driving time, it's approximately 3 hours as well. From Arenal, you can connect as well pretty good with Monteverde. You do with the cloud forest in Monteverde, which is actually our next webinar. And it takes approximately 3 to 4 hours, depending on the road condition on the specific date, to get from Arenal to Monteverde. You can fly from Arenal to Tambor and connect with Santa Teresa in the peninsula, in the Nicoya Peninsula, or you can go from Arenal straight to the northern beaches in the Pacific coast, to Papagayo, to Tamarindo, to Nosara. And that drive depends on which beach, but goes anywhere from 3 to 4 hours approximately. We can always do land transfers, and we can also do local flights. There is an airstrip in the near the Arenal volcano that connects with either scheduled or charter flights, a lot of other different parts of the country. This is a little bit of how the province of Alajuela looks like. And as you see right in the center, there's a little note that says Lago Arenal. That's the Arenal Lake. So that's where Fortuna is located. The population in that part of the country is less than 200,000 people. So again, if you want to keep social distancing, this is a fantastic place to keep that, because it's not even that highly populated. The economy in the area, it's also important to get to know a little bit more. And we like in our travel design to include always that cultural part of the areas that you're going to be visiting. The economy in that particular area is based on cattle, mostly for milk. About a 65% it's cattle for milk, and 50% or less than 50% is actually for meat. Tourism is a huge income for the economy on that part of the country, because it's so well known because of all that activity that I'm mentioning to you, that everybody looks to go to visit this part of the country, and helping a lot of the economy in the area thanks to the tourism that we do there. And of course, agriculture, even though, well, Costa Rica is an agricultural country in general, but there is a huge production of pineapple in this part of the country. We produce also fruit juices, cassava, and some woods and plants as well, all for local consumption here in Costa Rica, but also for exportation. The volcano, I told you that around it, we have a national park. The national park was created back in September 30th, 1991. So it's actually a quite young national park, even though it's so visited. 100% of the entrance fee of the national park goes to a common fund that protects all national parks in Costa Rica, being this one of the ones that receives the most visitation throughout the year. It contributes a lot to that fund, helping out not only Arenal Volcano National Park, but also the rest of the national parks in the national parks network in the country. The altitude of the volcano is 5,479 feet above sea level, which is one of the highest elevations that we have in the country. Not the highest, but one of them. There are 4 official trails in the park. The last big eruption of the volcano was back in July 1968. And that eruption caused what we call the 68 trail, because it's the trail that was left after the lava flow. When the lava flow got solid again, it kind of became a trail that we can use to go and see the volcano. The last time that the volcano erupted with this incandescent material was back in October 2010. That was a while ago. Actually, experts say that the volcano is in a dormant stage right now. We never know when it's going to wake up again. It could happen tomorrow, it could happen in 10 years. But actually, not only the eruptions are the attraction of the area, and not only the eruptions are the attractions of this national park. So even though we are not having these big eruptions that actually I was fortunate to see quite a few of them. And it was amazing because it was like, these fireworks coming out of the volcano and opening up like in a worm style and then coming down on the walls of the volcano. It was amazing. A little threatening for me, if you ask me, but it was a reminder of how little we humans are and how amazing Mother Nature is. Um, but hopefully we have this activity happening eventually again. Right now, what you can see sometimes, it's actually some steam coming out of the crater of the volcano because of the rain. When we get a lot of rain and there's water that kind of gets together in the crater, because of the heat of the volcano, because again, it is an active volcano after all, and it's very hot over there, it becomes steam, and that's what you see when you see kind of a little I don't know, steam coming out, looking like a cigarette basically. It's because of that. It's because of the water that kind of resides in the crater, and it gets becomes a steam because of the heat that comes out of the volcano. I don't want to get too technical on that, so I'm going to focus in something that matters a lot more for us travel agents, which are, of course, the different properties that we have in Arenal. Like I said at the beginning, you have a lot of hotels in the area, even though it's an area that has so many options in terms of hotel, but it doesn't feel crowded. That's also something important to mention, because it's an area that can hold, I don't know, 100 hotels or something like that. But you're not going to feel crowded because there's so much to do and it's so open air that you don't feel that you're surrounded by people all the time. We, of course, have curated four of our top 4 hotels in the area, which are the ones that we work the most and the ones that we offer the most. Something important to mention about these hotels is that they are, of course, located in the higher range, in the upscale range of the options in the country. It doesn't mean that there are not mid-range or even low-range options in the area. I know that your main target has always been the high-end market, but if you have a client that is looking into something more budget, of course, we can offer you something in this area as well. So let's get started with our, I dare to say, top 1 hotel in the area, the Nayara Hotel. A lot of you may be familiar with this property. The property has 3 different sections. The Nayara Gardens is the section that they open up with about, I don't know, maybe about 10 years ago. They have 29 casitas, which 21 of them have king beds, maximum for 3 people, and 8 with queen beds also with a maximum for 4 people. The size of that room is around 79 square feet. I'm sorry, 858 square feet, and they all have a private balcony with some view to the volcano. Usually it's kind of covered by the rainforest around it, but you get a little bit of a view to the volcano. They have a rain shower outside and a private garden with a jacuzzi. This is the oldest part of the property, and this part actually allows families. So if you have families, this is a good place to start at Nayara, at the Nayara resorts. Then we go to the second section of the resort, which is the Nayara Springs. This is the adults only property. So they all have there are 35 villas. They all have a king size bed, allowing a maximum of 3 people in the room. The size of the room is it's a lot bigger. It's 1,500 square feet, and they all have a private plunge with natural hot springs on the room. They have also a private balcony, indoor and outdoor shower, and also rain shower in a private garden. So remember, this section is exclusive for adults. And then we go to kind of the new kid on the block, which is the one that has been doing a lot of noise lately, which is the Nayara tented camp. This is the third section of the property. They have 21 tents. Each tent has a king size bed and 2 day beds, allowing a maximum of 4 people per room. There are a few tents that are connected. So if you have large families, you could have 2 tents next to each other, connected by some kind of a hallway. The tents are bigger. They are 1,830 square feet, and they all feature private balcony, the double indoor shower, in the garden shower as well, and they all have a plunge pool with natural hot springs as well. The property itself, in general, they have 8 restaurants, a full service spa, and they also have a new hot springs, which is a mini resort, and that one is located at the Nayara tent and cab section. And sometimes if you're staying at a section, you are not allowed to go to the other one. The one that has the more restrictions is actually Nayara Springs, because it's targeted only for adults. So they don't want to keep families coming to the restaurant that we have at the Nayara Springs with kids, because that area is supposed to be more adults related. So that's a little bit of the Nayara Gardens. Let's go to the next hotel that we have in the area, which is Amor Arenal. And this is literally the new kid on the block. This hotel, it's brand new. Actually, they opened up for about 6 months or maybe 8 months prior to the pandemic. Then they closed for a few months and they reopened. So in total, the hotel has been in operation for about a year and a couple of months. They do have what they call canyon casitas, which are the rooms. They are kind of separate casitas located in a row next to each other. All of the casitas have view to the volcano, beautiful view to the volcano, by the way. And they all have a private plunge pool, which is, it has a nice size. It's not huge, but it's maybe the size of a jacuzzi for maybe 6 people. That's kind of the size. The rooms, some of them have queen size bed, some of them have king size bed. They are very open. A lot of walls with glass, so there's a lot of light on the room. Actually, on the amenities of the room, they have a face mask for those who, like me, need to sleep in a completely dark room. So you can use those because even though they have shutters in the rooms, I mean in the windows and in the walls, there's a lot of light, natural light coming into the room, making it very lightly, very beautiful. They have a fantastic restaurant that is a farm to table restaurant. They have a full service spa with a fantastic location. It's such, the views from that spa are so beautiful. High-end gym, yoga platform, meditation platform. They have a couple of bars as well in the property. And the rate includes, of course, breakfast, which I'm sorry, let me go back to Nayara. I forgot to mention that we also get breakfast included in the property. And the good thing also, and this is a kind of a new news, is that we will be able to provide you with the virtuoso amenities at Nayara whenever you want to do bookings and you are a virtuoso agent. So back to Amor Arenal. This is actually the first phase of 3 phases. They have a huge property. So eventually they are going to build 2 more hotels over there. But right now they are staying with Amor Arenal. It's a more boutique style property. Is completely different from Nayara in terms of the size. This is a lot smaller, a lot more intimate. And it focus it focuses a lot more to adults, even though they do accept families, but they do require that kids staying at this property are older than 11 years old, because like the name of the rooms, canyon casitas, all the casitas face a canyon, and we don't want little kids playing around nearby the platforms or nearby the terraces that or the balconies that the rooms have, to avoid any accident. So basically, they do accept children up from 11 years old and up. Okay. Let's go to the third option in the area. And this is one of my old favorites of all times, the Tavacon Thermal Resort and Spa. Like some of you may know already, this is basically the oldest high-end hotel in the area. It has, with no doubt, the best hot springs resort in the area. They have been doing a lot of work to keep the property updated. And well, all their orchids rooms, which are the standard or entry level category, have been fully renovated at the moment. They look beautiful and brand new. Some have two queen beds, others have a king size bed. Then we have also suites. The Tavacon suites have been just refurbished as well. So for those who are looking into the best rooms in the hotels, we can have the Tavacon suites or the orchids. The honeymoon suites are not are in the process of being recovered or refurbished. So I would wait for them to be done. But at the moment, the best rooms that you could sell over there are either the Tavacon suites, if you're looking for a suite, or the orchids if you're looking for a more standard option. The hot springs, they just refurbished the main pool of the hot springs. It used to be a rectangular room, just like any other, I mean, a rectangular pool, just like any other, but they changed it and they gave it this feeling like if it is a river, like the rest of the hot springs. Remember also that guests at the hotel have a designated area on the hot springs, which is called Shangri-La, and it's really beautiful. And the reason of this is that the resort is open to the public. So we want to have the guests separate from the general public visiting the hot springs, and that's why they have Shangri-La. In this resort is where they have the spa. This is the best spa. The Tavacon spa is the best spa in the region, without a doubt. So if you guys are have clients staying at other hotel, it's always worth to pay the day pass to come and enjoy the hot springs, and have the chance to enjoy the spa at Tavacon. The hotel has a couple of restaurants and 4 bars, and they have been doing a lot of maintenance and changes on menus and everything. So it's a property that completely kind of redecors and gets a rebirth, and keeps completely up to date. So again, it's one of the options that we offer in the area. Most of the rooms have a view to the rainforest, and the hot springs is actually on the base of the well, not on the base of the volcano, but you have a full view to the volcano from that resort. It's again my favorite one over there. And our fourth hotel in the area, it's one of our favorites as well, which is the Springs Resort and Spa. The Springs Resort and Spa, it has a much resorty feeling, if you want. We're talking about maybe 5 different buildings with a lot of different room categories, which sometimes make it a little challenging to sell it. But if we know exactly what your clients want, it's a lot easier to include in our proposals the room type that fits best what they are looking for. Not only they have rooms, but they also have some villas. They have villas that have 2, 3, 4, and they have also Villa Palacio, which is the top villa that they have that fits up to 18 people. This villa has its own pool area. It comes with a vegetable garden in the back, basketball field, a couple of golf carts to move around the property. So it comes fully equipped. It's so beautiful, and it has an amazing view to the volcano. So when you have a large family that it's looking into something more private, that is a perfect option for them. Not only they have a lot of different rooms, but they have also a huge hot mineral spring resort and pools and waterfalls inside the property. They have some like on the base of the main building, and some other which is like their own hot springs next door, like next door to the main building area. Um, they also have a great spa. They have the fitness center, and they have what they called Club Rio. Club Rio, it's a fantastic option. It's at the end of the property, they border the actually a river that is called the Fortuna River, and they have kind of an attractions park around the river. That attraction park includes a wildlife rescue center, which is great because you get to see this sanctuary of animals that have been recovered from maybe an abusive situation, or that they had an accident and they needed to be indoors to kind of recover from the accident. So they all the animals that they can take back to nature, they just take care of them for a while and they return them to nature. And those who unfortunately can go back to their regular habitat, they stay in this sanctuary. You could see over there sloths, you could see wildcats, you could see crocodiles, you could see a lot of different birds, different monkeys that have been rescued in the area, and even monkeys from other parts of the country, or even from other countries that have been rescued from private houses who could no longer have them. They took them on this sanctuary and they now live there. So it's a beautiful experience to go and see it. It's great for kids who want to see animals. And they also have some different activities that they are done on the river. There's a section with hot springs, also a full restaurant, um, um, a rappelling wall as well. So there's a lot to do. This place is perfect for families. If you have families looking into a lot of things to do in a resort inside the hotel, this is the perfect fit for them. They have, of course, a lot of different options for dining and cocktails, including Las Ventanas, which is the actually the formal restaurant. There's Cascadas, which is the casual one. They have a sushi bar. They have a grill. So there's a lot to do. They have a few bars over there. They even have a mini golf on the property. So it's a little bit resorty, but if you have families with that profile, it's a perfect location for them. So those are the four hotels that we work the most in the area. Now let's talk a little bit about the curated experiences that we have done the homework to go there and check them out and make sure that they have what it takes, that they are different, that they are some kind of exclusivity, of course. And nowadays, which is so important, we also took a care. Actually, we just had about a month ago, we did a full week tour to Arenal, in which we visited hotels, we visited experiences, we took some tours, etc. We checked the transportation units that we use just to make sure that everything is okay and that they are taking care of the different protocols in terms of COVID-free experiences that we try to provide to all of your clients. So let's talk about a little bit a few of those experiences. Something that is in fashion for sure are definitely the helicopter tours. We have experiences in the area in which you take a helicopter that they fit 2, 4, or 6 people, and you do a tour on the top of the volcano. This experience is fantastic because you're going to get to see the volcano from a complete point of view, and you get to see the volcano, the national park, the lake, and you do this overflight around that part. Usually the experience takes approximately 30 minutes. We can increase to an hour if you want to see other nearby locations. And of course, that depends on pricing depends on how long you're going to be on the air and what kind of aircrafts are you going to be using. Another thing, like I said previously, we always like to include the cultural part of our country in the experiences that we provide to our clients, because Costa Rica, it's very well positioned as a natural destination, as an eco destination, as an active destination, but we also have a lot of culture to show you. Like I explained you a little earlier on the economic of the area. This area, well, tourism, it's number one, but number two, well, I don't even know. Tourism is not number one anymore, as you should be aware of. So agriculture is the main source of income to the area. They have been working in this very interesting concept of agroecological farming, which are some farms in which, well, you have a regular working farm, but you are keeping all that eco orientation in mind. So what you do with your animals and with the crops that you are producing always tries to keep an eye on the environment to make sure that they are not harming the environment and giving back to the environment. So on these cultural experiences that we provide, your clients will have the chance to experience that agroecological farm in which they will see how they plant the different crops that they do. They will be able to milk a cow. Maybe some of you have never, we have clients that didn't even know where milk basically was coming from. So this is experience that it's really different, and actually provides a lot of fun for kids. Kids go crazy and they just get their hands dirty and they collect carrots and they help milking the cow. And it's a very fun hands-on active activity that you could enjoy in a full day in the area. Of course, rafting, it's one of the best experiences that you could do. You need to be a little older, of course. This I don't recommend for younger kids. We have different rivers in that area that run and include different adventures. And as you may be aware of, rafting is rated in from 1 to 5, 5 being the highest, and 1 being kind of a floating trip. In Arenal, we have floating trips, but also we have rafting trips, which have rapids of 2, 3, and 4, category 2, 3, and 4. So this offers a lot of experience, this is an activity that, depending on the experience of each client, we have a different river or a different section of the river to offer to the clients. Zip lining, of course, we cannot come to Costa Rica without zip lining. We basically kind of invented it. I mean, I know we didn't invent it, but a company actually here in Costa Rica kind of claim that activity as their own. So that was a whole situation that we could talk some other time, but that was interesting. It involved a lot of international law and things, so it was something. But here we have a park that it's called the Sky Park. The Sky Park has different options. They have zip lining. They have also a tram that actually takes you from the main office up to the top of the mountain where the zip lining starts. So whenever you're going to be doing zip lining there, you will have to do the tram. If you don't want to do zip lining, you can go on the tram up to the top, look at the beautiful view, because there's a platform there that allows you to see the river, I mean the lake and the volcano. And if you don't want to do the zip line, you can go back on the tram. They also have hiking. They have amazing trails on that property, and they also have some hanging bridges. But the main thing here will definitely be the zip lining that I recommended to everybody. We could have people from 5 years old all the way up to 100 years old. It doesn't matter. The cables are quite long, but they are a lot of fun, and the views from those cables are just amazing. So let's go to the next one, which is the farm to table experience, which is something quite similar than what I mentioned at the beginning, but here it has the addition that you are going to be cooking. You're going to be taking a cooking class. So you will go to the back of the house, collect the vegetables that you're going to be using, and come back to the property and put together a beautiful lunch for you and those joining you. with the assistance of a local chef. That's actually one of also of the different experiences that we offer in the area. And okay, before continuing with this one, there are quite a few activities that we're doing a lot lately. And also we did some scouting for a couple of additional things that are in the making. So we will be able to provide a lot of other options. We are doing something that is called forest bathing, which is kind of this trend of literally getting back in touch with your inner you and Mother Nature. So we're going to be including or adding that component in some of our activities. We're doing it already with very good results. We do a floating trip and we stop in the middle of the river in a beautiful little beach, have a little picnic, and we do a forest bathing session over there. And we do it as well with the hike we do to the volcano, in which we have a special local point where we finish the hike, and we do this picnic and we do the forest bathing. So watch out for that. Watch out also for some indigenous experiences over there. There is an indigenous tribe who resides in that part of the country, the Malekus, and we are going to be providing some experiences, including a visit to a village in which we will learn a lot more of their traditional lifestyle. And of course, some other hikes that we are going to be working with, which include visiting different waterfalls in the area. So adventure keeps coming. And like I said to you, this is definitely the epicenter of the adventure in Costa Rica. So I'm almost done with the presentation. I want to finish the presentation with a video that I hope you enjoy. It doesn't have much sound, so I'm not sure that you're going to be able to hear the sound, but take a look. Here, I like to introduce you the Arenal Volcano area in all its beauty. And I'm sure that everything that I'm mentioned to you will have a lot more sense after looking at this video.
Voilà. Thank
There you go.
Thank you very much, Henry. It was very, very detailed. I hope everyone enjoyed it. We do have a few questions.
Perfect.
So I'm going to start with a Q&A. Duki wanted to know the spring, the villa, private pool, are the two bedroom have two bathrooms, and what kind of view from the villa? Are they private?
Okay, the villas, you're talking about the villas at the Springs Resort and Spa, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay, so that one, they have a few. They have some 2-bedroom, some 3-bedroom, and usually in those, they either have 2 bathrooms. The 2-bedroom has 2 bathrooms, and the 3-bedroom has 2 bathrooms. So you have to share one of the bedrooms with 2 of the bedrooms. In the Villa Palacio, which is the larger one, there are I think it's 6 rooms and 7 bathrooms. So yes, each room has a bathroom, and all the villas are located in the property in a sense to have a full view to the volcano. So they all do have beautiful views to the volcano, of course, combined with the rainforest.
Mm-hmm. And are they all private?
Oh yes, they are. The villas are completely private.
All right.
Of course, you have access to the services of the resort, to the restaurants, and to the hot springs and everything. But once you are at the villa, you're just you and your party.
Ducky, you also wanted to know which room are the best for the view and quiet location. Or do they have a connecting room as well?
Well, I think the one that has the best view is definitely Villa Palacio because it's on the top of the little mountain that is right in front of the volcano. So that one does have a fantastic view, and in that one is not connected. So I would say no, but some of them of the smaller ones they do connect with each other.
Mhm.
At least are next to each other, so it's easy to use both of them.
Mhm. Vicky, you want to know how much is a 30 minutes helicopter tour for 4 people?
Well, that it's going to depend on the time of the year, but that kind of experience starts somewhere around $1,200.
Mhm. Vicky, if you said if we visit a farm, I'm pretty sure we have to note that on the custom immigration form when we return to the US. So it's good to let client know it might mean that they will get stuck in a long line in custom.
Well, that really depends on on the officer. Sometimes they are a lot faster or something, and if everything is okay with your insurance, it's going to be very, very smooth. People that get stuck at immigrations is because the insurance that they uploaded to the health pass that they did online 72 hours prior to the trip may not have the necessary requirements that we have. So it's always important to make sure that the insurance that your clients have will have those two elements that are basic, which is the $50,000 hospitalization and the $2,000 hotel accommodations coverage in the event that they developed the virus during their stay. But if you have that, your time at the booth at immigrations is going to be very smooth. If you don't have it enough, if you don't have enough coverage, you will be asked to go to another section, purchase the additional coverage, and then go back to immigrations and then go on. But yeah, the best insurance or the most coverage you will have, the faster it's going to be. And well, sometimes we have a long lines depending on how many flights come at the same time. So it's a roulette basically.
Mhm. Well, the question was also for not the question, but the statement for the farm. You know, when you request a question when you come back to the US, have you been visiting a farm during your vacation?
Oh, oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
was
I'm sorry.
more this way.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I didn't understand that. I'm sorry. Well, actually, um, it shouldn't be a problem because the idea with those questions is that you stayed on a farm, but just visiting for half a day, it doesn't really make a big deal. But yes, it's something that that clients should be aware of to make sure that they don't have any issue when they go back to the States.
Mhm. Ducky, you want to know how many nights do you suggest in the Arenal area?
Well, the more the merrier, definitely. I would dare to say that a minimum of 3 nights. Two, it's okay. I mean, if you don't have much time, well, two is fine. But if you really want to enjoy most of the area, three would be the minimum.
Mhm. Vicky, I agree with you. I was going to ask Henri if we can have the video that you use at the end. Can we have it separate as well, or is it personal?
Isn't it beautiful? Don't you want
Yes.
to be out there? Yeah, of course. I'll be happy to share the video with you.
So we will include an extra link, not only the link for the recording, but also for the video. I was going to ask.
Yes, of course.
Is it possible to get COVID test in Arenal for passengers that are following their trip to Panama or USA?
It is definitely, and we coordinate that. In these four hotels that we mentioned to you, we have house visits. So the doctors will come to the hotels, take the samples, and the client will get the results by email in the next 24 hours tops.
Mhm. Katie, you want to know what are the age restriction on water rafting and ziplining, and is there a weight restriction?
Actually, for the zip line, like I mentioned,
No age, huh?
no age. I mean, kids so I don't know, 3, 4, 5 years old. If they are too little, they usually go with a guide that is going to taxi them. So they click the guide and the kid, and they go together.
Yeah,
So
I saw
kids
that. That's really
really,
nice, huh?
yeah,
Yeah.
kids don't really have to do anything.
Mhm.
Weight restrictions, there are no weight restrictions. I mean, we could go from someone that is too light to someone that is a little big.
Mhm.
That's not an issue either. The more weight, the better, because it's going to help you go faster through the cable. If you're too light or too thin, may take you a little harder to get to the other part of the cable. But if you're a big person, you're gonna go straight out. It's very easy.
And the question was also the age restriction for the river, for the rafting.
For the rafting, yeah, for the rafting, it's actually 6 to 7 years old, depending on the river. But for kids younger than that, we have the floating trips, in which they have the emotion. They wear the life jacket, and if they want to, they can even have a roll to go on the boat. But it's going to be very flat. It's a floating trip, so it's not dangerous at all.
Lucky, you want for personal experience, but insurance Costa Rica offer on the government website. Sonny,
That's right.
Is it the travel insurance? Do you require travel insurance?
You do. Actually, well, we always recommend to have travel insurance even prior to COVID, because, I don't know, whatever happens, or a piece of luggage that didn't arrive or whatever. So having travel insurance is always recommended, but now it is a requirement. So you have to have travel insurance, and that one needs to get this coverage that I mentioned to you before, the hospitalization and the hotel accommodations.
And everybody, a lot of you have been already attending another webinar with Covac Global, which I introduced to you, which you basically get your membership before. And if there is any risk of being, or if you get tested positive, the clients test positive, they will be brought directly back to the US or Canada. So far, for the moment, it's only for Canadian and the US citizen.
Exactly. And well, they do this kind of yet, so you'll be back home in very quickly.
Yes, because it's very close. It's not like when you're far away in the world. It's valid all over the world, but definitely for Costa Rica, the repatriation in private plane is very fast. All right, so I don't see any other questions. I don't know if there is anyone else that want to add something before we say goodbye. But Henri, do you have any conclusion, or except please?
I'm just looking. I'm just looking at the chat to make sure that we didn't miss any question or any comment.
Oh, we have a lot of beautiful luckiness, excellent
Ines,
presentation.
thank you so much.
Thank you. So I think
thank you so much. We're happy to hear that you enjoy the list of properties that we brought to you on this webinar. And well, definitely just to encourage you to discover more of Costa Rica. Join us in the next webinar so you could learn more about the other parts of the country, and keep Costa Rica in mind. This is definitely the place that you want to take your clients right now. I mean, it's a very safe country. Like I said, social distancing is just natural in the country. We are very close, and we have very good connectivity with many parts of America. We are just a couple of hours away, 3 hours away from Mexico City, 2 hours away, 2.5 hours away from Miami, 4 hours away from New York. We are 45 minutes from Panama, for all those friends from South America connecting via Panama. The flight from Sao Paulo to Panama is about 3 hours, if I'm not mistaken, and then just 45 minutes from Panama to San Jose. So it's a very easy destination to go to. Even though right now it's still kind of uncertain and unknown, Costa Rica is fully open, and it's waiting open arms from you and your clients. Whenever any of you would like to visit Costa Rica and have the experience on your own, please let me know. We'll be happy to put together a nice trip for you and your friends and family, so you could discover this country. Those of you who have been to Costa Rica, this is a destination that actually reinvents constantly. So what you saw last year or 5 years ago in Arenal may change a lot to today. So keep Costa Rica in mind. Look forward to have you all here. Look forward to have Dominique here, of course. And anything that you know how to reach me. We'll be happy to help you. And thank you so much for all your support. Thank you for the time, for being part of this webinar, and look forward to see you in the next one.
And you can also reach Henri if you wanted to have a quick conversation with him or your own private little Zoom. We have this new marketing platform called Let's Connect 365, and you can see Henri's agenda and just book a little spot for him with him. So it's really nice. Thank you very much, and hope to see you tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to Paris with the Hotel Bowman.
Oh,
And
beautiful.
on Friday, we're going to go to Italy on board of the Blue Deer. Voilà, so that's the program for the week. I wish you everyone a good afternoon. Boa tarde, buenas tardes. Thank you for joining us. And a big thank you to you, Henri. Beautiful
My
webinar.
pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you so
Bye-bye.
much. Bye bye. Take care. Pura